Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, is the screen sharing?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I have given a task to you, right? Before this class. Few people responded in the previous class. What about the remaining people? Have you done? Have you done the task? Yeah, guys, please respond in the chat box. Have you done the previous task? Oh, okay, Ananya. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what about the remaining? Okay. Yeah, Yashwant Sai. In the previous class, I have called you, you haven't responded. Have you completed the previous task? And are you paying attention to the class? Yeah, okay. Let me start the class first. So, as I have told, right, today's session is about the forms. So, which is a very important topic in the HTML part. So, in the regular days, we are going to use many login forms, register forms for every website, right? So, for that purpose, we are going to use the forms tag in the HTML. So, how we are going to use and why we use form tags? Any idea why we use form tags? Will anyone respond? Form tags. Why we are going to use form tags? Please unmute your mic if anyone going to answer the question and say why we are going to use the forms. Okay, let me say why we are going to use the forms. Yeah, some of you responded, I think so. To share user data to the server. Yes, of course. Yeah, that's a correct answer. Yeah, to share the data from the user side. So forms are used to collect the data from users. Like we are going to see, right, login forms, register forms, contact forms, we are seeing in many websites. So for creation of those forms, we are going to use here form tag to display the forms in the website. So this is the form tag and a closing tag of form. So in this form tag, we are going to use some tags which is going to display our content, right? We have to give the input. So for that purpose, we are first here the form tag in the sense it just create a form and we have to give the input, right? So for that sake, we are going to use input tag. So it will create a like a text box. So this is a tag used to give our input and which displays like a box like you are giving data like full name, last name, roll number in your forms, right? When you are applying for any internship or when you are applying for any job and all, you are going to fill these forms and all, right? In that you have displayed a box, right? Input box. So for creation of that input box we are using here input math, like sorry, input tag. So in this input tag, there will be a different formats, right? It might be a passwords, it might be a emails, it might be a text format, or it might be a phone numbers. So different types of inputs are there. For that sake, we have to first tell to the server that you have to take this type of input. So for that, we are having an attribute that is a type attribute which tells about the handling input. Like here, I have mentioned input type equal to text, so that they will give it will displays a like a box which accepts the text format data, and we can mention here number too, so that if we are giving the value of type attribute as a number, then it will takes only numbers. So it will accept only number formatted input only. Or else if we are going to mention any radios, right? See, here radio. I have mentioned a radio. Sorry, here I have mentioned is a closing tag, right? For input, there won't be a closing tag. So no need to mention of that closing tag. Sorry for the mistake. And it is a self-closing tag. So you no need to mention the closing tag for that input tag. So, if we are going to use input type, a radio, in the sense you have seen, right, in the forms like gender, female, male, we can only select any one of the option. Those type of like data will called as a radio. If we want to check a multiple data, like if we want to select multiple data, then it will be a checkbox, right? I think so. You all know the difference between the radio and checkbox. So, have you got my point? Anyone know the difference between the checkbox and radio? Can anyone? You please respond fastly. So today we have to cover all the form data, right? Yeah, yes. Yeah, Tanuja, what is the difference between the radio and checkbox? As I have told right now, but you can say what is the difference between the checkbox and radio? You please unmute yourself and say. Tanuja, are you there?
Ma'am, checkboxes will be multiple option, ma'am. Radio will be only single option, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, Ishwant. Yeah, in the previous class, where have you gone? Have you paid attention to the previous class? I have called you, you haven't responded.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. I'm out of the station, ma'am, at that time.
Okay, it's okay. Please make sure you have completed the previous tasks. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thank you for the response. Okay, Tanuja, you also give a response. Whereas radio allows only one option. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Yeah, as you all know, radio only for selecting the single option, and the checkbox is for the multiple option. So here, if we want to give a checkbox like a checkbox option input, then if we want to allow the users to select the multiple data in the input, then we'll give attribute as a checkbox here. Like if you have skills, right? Then if you have a skills in the sense you can have Java, Python, these many skills, so you can check all them and all. So don't worry, I'll show the format how can you like create this checkbox details and all. I will explain you a code and make the task, so you will get the clarity. Now just I'm explaining the what is the use of this main tags and all. And when next, what is the type of attribute we can give? Here, if we are dealing with the passwords, right? If we are giving any password, if it will be visible, then it can be theft by anyone while we are entering or while we are log into them. So if we mentioned here type as a password, then it won't be visible. It will be visible like a dots you when you are like typing and all, so that it will be secured. So when you are going to allow the user to enter the password input, then you can mention the type here as a password. And then next, date. if you want to mention any input as a date, like we will display as a calendar, right? For any date of births and all, there will be a calendar for us, and date like dd slash mm slash yyyy, four y's. So this format will be displayed there. So there, then the user can know we have to mention the date here. So for taking the date related data, we are using input type, input tag, and the attribute type as a data, sorry, date. So that it will be the, this will be the input tag. And let's go to the label tag, which is used to label the input and all. So here we are just creating a box for like taking the input, right? So if there is no labels, we are if just mentioning the like that boxes and all, how can a user know what we have to fill there? So for that purpose only, we are creating the labels here. Like you'll get a box, right? Let me show you that. So if while we are entering like while we are filling any form, there will be like this email, like a colon, and there will be a box here to enter your email. So this is the label here. We are labeling the that input, like that box, what you have to enter the data. So for that, it will be easily understandable for the user what they have to enter in that particular box. And also, let's come to the button tag. See, the button tags are used for like creating the buttons and all. So there will be a types of buttons too. For there will be a submit button, there will be a clear button, there will be a like a normal buttons. If we have to click any, if we are going to click any button, then it will navigate to another page, right? So those type of buttons, there will be different types of buttons. So first let me say how to create a submit button. So if we are going to mention an attribute type with the value submit, then it will take as a submit button, right? We are seeing many forms in our day-to-day life in many websites, right? So for that, if we have entered all the data and if we click the submit button, then all the data will be saved. So for that purpose, here we have created the submit button. And also, you may have observed, right? There will be a clear form option in that, like side by submit button. If you click on that clear option, the form all will be clear. So this is another option. This is also a button only, but how to create the type of button in the sense, we have to mention the type attribute as a reset, so that the clear button will be created here. And the normal buttons, in the sense it will navigate to another page. Now let's see the validation basics. In the sense, first the validation basics, in the sense, you have observed in day-to-day life, right? When you are going to fill any form, like a registration form or anything, for a particular company or for any internship and all, there will be a validation. Like if you missed any field for filling out, it will shows like it is a required field, you have to fill this, you it will be important for us, right? So for that validation purpose, here we are giving a required field in the tag as an attribute, so that it will be marked as a required field. So if the user missed that field, then it will shows it will be a required field. You have to fill this. So this is the validation part, like a one of the validation attribute used in the input method. And also minimum length, right? So for mentioning passwords and all, there will be a fixed length. Like it should be in a 6 characters or it should be in a 7 characters, right? For that purpose, here we are going to use a minimum length. So let me show you how it will work. Input type equals to, if you have mentioned a password, Then the attribute equals to minimum length, like minimum length, minimum length equals to, it will be 10 or 12, whatever you want, you can give. It will be 10 or it will be 6 characters. It will be 6 characters. Then how can the user know it will be only 6 characters? It should be only 6 characters. Then we have to mention, right? So if we have mentioned with a placeholder in the sense, it will be a hint message for the user. It will display in that input box. So you have to placeholder. It means if we have given any message here in this attribute, like a value. So please the password should be in 6 characters. 6 characters. Then it will be displayed in that like a input box, so that the user can know the user must be in a 6 characters. Likewise, there will be a max length too. Max length in the sense we are fixing the value of that particular input, and we are displaying to the like for the validation purpose we are going to displaying to the users. So have you all got this concept? If anyone having doubt about this, see, I have covered today like form tag, input tag, label tag, button tag, and validation basics. And this is a basic part. The validation all will comes in the JS part. So don't worry, this is the basic part which is in HTML. So have you understand this four concepts? Sorry, 5 concepts. If you are having any doubt, I can explain another time whatever the concept. So please let me know, have you understand it or not? Yeah, if you have completed, then I'll give a task to you. Yeah, okay. Thank you for the response. See, I'm going to show the program here and then I'll execute. So after that, you have to create this registration form. Okay. First, let me show how these tags and all will be used and how we are going to execute them. See, first these and all boilerplate code I have mentioned here. So this is the heading which for student registration form. I have to mention this in my web page. So I have mentioned this. Now here onwards the form is started. So I have opened the form tag and here I have labeled a full name. I want a input box. For that I'm labeling a full name. So here I want a input box, right? So I have mentioned here input tag and it will be a text box only. The name will be in a text format only, right? So I have given type equal to text and placeholder. See, enter your name. If you are going to give the placeholder, then it will occupies the input box like a hint, like a in a light shade color, in a light shade text, so that the input, user know what we have to enter. So these and all is the empty tags I have explained you, right, for line breaks and all. And if you, it is optional, if you want the line breaks you can use or else leave. And the email, here I have mentioned input type email, have you observed? So that it will takes only email part. If you are not going to give any email type of data, it won't take. So you have to mention input type equals to email, so that it will take the email type of data. And here see, I have labeled the that input box as a email with the label tag. And next, password input. So if I'm going to give the password, it should be in a private, like a privacy, it should be private, so it won't be displayed while I'm going to give the password. so it will shows like a dots and all, like a booleans dots and all. So I want to mention here type equal to password, that we have to mention the value of the type attribute as a password, then the password won't be displayed. And here see, I have mentioned a required field which is for validation purpose. And also here before I have mentioned, right? So I forgot to tell you. See, here full name also we have mentioned required, and email also we have mentioned required, because the admin is must and should have those type of data. They want the data exactly. Like if you are not going to give your name, then whose data is going to be that? So you have to mention that data. So for this fields, we are going to give this required attribute so that the user it makes sure the user will enters the data. So and the password, if it will come, it have completed, right? In the password itself, here there is an attribute, another validation attribute, minimum length equals to 6, so that the password should be in a six characters, and it should be more than 6 too, because it's a minimum length, right? And I have mentioned input type number. Here we use numbers for what? Regularly for phone numbers only. So here we can give them phone number, and we can enter. So it should be required also. It can be required also, because the phone number must be there for contact purpose, right? We can mention required also. It's our optional. And the gender. See here, input radio and checkbox. I think so. Here only you will get more confused. How can we mention that radio and checkbox, and how can we handle with this? So first we are going to label it's a gender, right? So gender in the sense there won't be multiple values, right? So it they should be select only one. So here we are going to give the type value as a radio. So male and female, they can only select any one of them. And skills, as I have told you, right? So they can have multiple skills. They can have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or else they can have only one skill. Even though they can select only one, and they can select multiple too. For this purpose, we use checkbox here. So here carefully observe the syntax and all, and how to use these tags. So for that sake only, I'm showing this code for you. So please observe that. Now this is the date. Date of birth, right? We can everyone have his date of birth, and it will be needed for validation purpose, like uniquely identification purpose for every person. So for that purpose, in every form there will be a date of birth. So here I have labeled first date of birth, and then I have given input box for the users. Then I can mention in like line breaks or not, it will be optional. And file format, yeah, I have forgot to tell you. The file format in the sense we are daily we are uploading our resumes and our ID proof PDFs and all, right. For that purpose, if we are going to give any file formatted data, so for that purpose, here we are going to give the input type as a file. Then it take our file formatted data. So this is the format and the buttons. At the last, we are going to give the like submit the data. So for using the submit button, and there is an attribute for form. Form tags, there will be an attributes, right? So those attributes are action, and the other is method. See, these are the attributes for form. See, first I haven't tell you this because in a basic level it should be ignored. So I haven't tell you at the start. So here action in the sense you are submitting the data, right? You are submitting the data. If we need this data in another page, then we are going to connect that page here. If I want this data to the another page like student HTML. I'm just mentioning for a is explaining purpose. It's not real. So I'm just mentioning to explain you. So I want this data in another page too. I want to use this form data in another page too. Then I'm going to mention that path where I have to go and where I have to use this data. So for that sake, we are going to use action attribute and we are going to give the value where we need it. And here the method in the sense we can use two methods like a get and the second is post. So here, if we are going to use the get method, it will take our data, but it won't be secured. It will be visible. And if you are going to pass the data by post method, then it will be secured and it won't be visible. So this is the attributes of forms and the input methods and the label tag and validation attributes and all. Have you got my point, guys? Everyone, are you there? See, these forms are very important. While creation of the projects also, we have to create a register pages, login pages and all. So for that sake, these are very, very important. So if you are unable to understand, please let me know. I'll explain. Don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, what about the remaining people? Okay. Okay, let me give a task to you and all. Yeah, you guys create a registration form with the fields full name, email, date of birth. Please make note of this. You have to create a registration form with the full name and email, phone number, date of birth with a submit button. And in that, there should be full name should be required field and phone number should be required field, date of birth should be required field. You'll just have 10 minutes for this. Please create a registration form. Create a registration form with full name, email, phone number, date of birth, and with a submit button. Simple, three fields. Sorry, four fields. It will be very easy. I'm sorry, mention gender and skills also. Gender and skills also. So that you can know the difference between the radio and checkbox. So mention that. So I haven't shown the output of this, right? So wait, I'll show so that you can understand. See, this is the output of my student registration form. So here I have given a simple things for you, full name, email, no need of password, phone number, gender, skills, date of birth. That's it. If you want to use this file input too, you can use that. Just a submit button. Here I have mentioned the name as a register, so it is like a register, it is appearing as a register button. So you can mention a submit or whatever name you want. But the button is the type of submit only. So please make fast. You're having 10 minutes time for creating this registration form. So for let me enter the name and it all show you for all. Prasanna, mail, Prasanna at the rate Gmail, phone number, phone number, and female. I can select only any one of this. See, if I have selected this, it will be unselect. If I have selected this, it will be unselect. So this is the radio. And if I have the both three skills, I can select three. If I have only two, I can select two. If I have only one skill, I can select one. So this is the difference between the radio and checkbox. And here I have told you, right, there will be appears a calendar for date of birth, and this is the choose file. So it will navigate to my file manager. So here I can upload any one of my file. Let me upload. Mm, I can upload this image. See, here it is showing image.jpg. So it was uploaded into that. And I can submit this by clicking the register button. See, I have intentionally missed this password because we have mentioned a required field for this. So it is showing a warning message. Please fill out this field. So if I have mentioned see, here the password is not appearing. Like I have mentioning any of the data, right? If I have mentioned prasanna at the rate 123 is my password, it is not showing that. It is showing like a dots because it is a private, right? We cannot share the credentials to anyone. So, and we have mentioned the type of the input as a password. So it is showing like that. And if I have clicked this in register, it will be submitted. You all know, as you all know, this is the submit button, it will submit the data. So I'll click this clear form because we have mentioned the button type as a reset, right? So it will clear all the data. See, the data will be cleared. So now I'll give time for 5 minutes. Create the registration form. Any one of you, please share the screen. Please share the screen, any one of you, and you can work. Just create a simple registration form for your practice purpose. That's it. Full name, email, password, and date of birth. Any one of you. Yeah, Neha Reddy, can you share your screen? Please make it fast. Yeah, make it fast. Please share the screen and work so that everyone can see your work, and then they can also work if they are having any doubts. Yeah, Neha Reddy, are you there? It's okay, you have not completed the work. Please share the screen and do your work. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can share the screen. Yeah. See, Neha Reddy, you have missed their T, like in a input tag, you have missed T. So that's why it's showing like a red mark. Yeah. Yeah, now you can, yeah, now you can put the submit button there. It's okay. Yeah, mention the gender too. Input type, input type. Yeah, okay, please execute that. No, you have mentioned checkbox right there. Then you have to mention the values, what you have to check in, right? Skills, mention the skills. HTML, CSS. After the closing angular brace, mention the text as a HTML. And again, put another input, give another input tag. Then mention type as a checkbox. Type as a checkbox. 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 Yeah. Close angular brace and give the text. You have to give the text there. See, first after the first input method, sorry, input tag, you have to give HTML, like HTML whatever you want, but I'm just guiding you. And then give, yeah, HTML basics, and then next CSS, right? Okay, two is enough, two is enough. Now create a submit button. Yeah, some of you told that completed. Yeah, have you got output, Sunita and Shafia?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, okay, okay, you got output. What about you, Sunita? Have you got output? Yeah, Tanuja, have you got output?
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, there is a network issue, so haven't responded. Yeah, Neha Reddy, have you got output? Please execute that once. Neha Reddy, are you there? Is it visible? Yeah, is it visible? It is visible. Yeah, please execute that. There is a go live button, right? In the bottom. Yeah, your screen is not visible, Neha Reddy. You have stopped the screen. Okay. Make sure you will be execute that Neha Reddy. It's okay. You don't need to share the screen. And reminding guys, yeah, you have started. Yeah, okay, execute. Please execute that. Open with live server. Open with live. Yeah, open with live server, not five server. See, go live. Yeah. Have you installed live server? Yeah, it's okay. Go to the file manager and open this folder and double tap on it. It will be executed. Yeah, guys, remaining people, what about the remaining people? Are you implementing the registration form or is completed the execution? What? No one is responding. Okay, Ragini, you completed. You got, have you got output? Okay. You're reminding people to make sure you get the output and you have practiced. Because for your sake only, I'm saying that if you are not going to implement this small code and all, you haven't work on the project. So please make sure you're going to be implement this code. So shall we wind up this session? Yeah, Neha Reddy, it's okay, no issue. Please install the live server by Ritvik Day in the VS Code if you are not. Set up your VS Code. And in the next section also, I will ask you only to share the screen, then you can show the output. It's okay. You have write the code correctly, right? It's okay. Shall we wind up the session today? Have you understand the session about the forms, which is very important? Yeah, okay. What about the remaining? Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's wind up this session. You guys can exit. Thank you, Tanuja. You too.